Andaman and Nicobar Islands, sometimes called the Bay Islands, are about 726 kilometers in length, about 60 kilometers at their widest, and lie in a gentle crescent. The original inhabitants of these islands came from two basic stocks, the Negrito and the Mongoloid. The tribals lived off the jungles, streams and the sea, totally isolated and with no idea of the other world that lay beyond the seas. There are 6 aboriginal tribes today. They are the Great Andamanese, Nicobarese, Onges, Jarawas, Shompen and the Sentinelese. The Great Andamanese are one of the 4 Negrito tribes of the Andamans. They were in reality 10 tribes, but now they have been reduced to just 3, that is, the Jiru, Bo and the Shiru. Since their numbers were dwindling at an alarming rate, the administration, in order to protect them, has colonized the Great Andamanese at Strait Islands. They normally speak the Jiru dialect. The Great Andamanese are mostly non-vegetarian. Their staple food consists of fish, crab, dugong, turtles, shellfish, etc. They also eat tubers and fruits. The Great Andamanese are artisans and are comfortable with both primitive and modern tools. They prepare their own artifacts, ornaments, baskets and earthen pots. Their ornaments, made out of leaves, barks and shells, are worn during dances. They love to decorate their bodies with various designs, with a kind of red or white clay. But such adornment is now restricted to ceremonies or festive occasions. Despite the influence of the modern world, the Great Andamanese have managed to cling on to some of their traditional customs.
एक जगह में ना सब ये लोग अलग-अलग बस्ती है। दूसरा खानदान है, हम लोग दूसरा खानदान, और लोग दूसरा खानदान।
आपका खानदान का नाम क्या है?
हम लोग तो सेंटर में मायाबंदर।
सेंटर मायाबंदर।
ये आते हम लोग जीरो वाला है।
जीरो।
ओ खोरा आगे एकदम, ओ सारे वाला आगे एकदम, वो वाला एकदम बाहर तरफ।
They are highly superstitious. Here, for instance, in order to prevent a storm, they chop palm leaves, simultaneously beating the water. They also practice their own form of medicine. For treating backaches, they pierce their body with a piece of glass in the belief that this will remove the bad blood from the system and relieve the pain. The Great Andamanese are now adapting to modern life, and some even go to school. Their youth are also employed by the local administration on Strait Island in various jobs. The Nicobarese are the last of the 6 tribes of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Nicobarese is the generic name for all the indigenous people of the Nicobar Islands. They are basically from the Mongoloid stock. The Nicobarese are not racially homogeneous, and one may discover traces of Malay, Indo-Chinese, Indian and Dravidian features. The Nicobarese speak different dialects of their language. The Nicobarese came into contact very early with mainstream society and have adapted to modern life to a very great extent. The traditional food of the Nicobarese include pandanus fruit, yam, banana, coconut and both wild and cultivated fruits. The islanders are non-vegetarian and eat fish, mutton, beef, chicken, etc. They smoke cigarettes, bidis and also chew tobacco or betel leaf and beaten nut with lime. One of their main sources of livelihood is the extraction of coconut oil. It is a long drawn-out procedure and involves a lot of hard work. The coconut is shredded and then grated. After this starts the extraction process. The Mahila Mandal also teaches the members to weave plastic baskets, embroider and so on. Nicobaris are very fond of sport and games. They seek amusement in every aspect of their lives. They possess a talent to pick up new games easily. Besides their traditional sports of canoe racing, wrestling, ground javelin, etc., they also play modern games like hockey, volleyball and football. Music and dance are components of Nicobaris culture. Dancing is always accompanied by singing. With the influence of film songs and Western vocal music, the Nicobaris have even composed modern romantic music. They can play melodious tunes on the guitar and other modern musical instruments. During the past 4 decades, most of them have adopted Christianity or Islam as their religions. The administration is taking various steps to educate the Nicobaris and have also undertaken various developmental programs. An adult literacy rally was organized to increase the awareness of the importance of education, and this received an overwhelming response. The Nicobaris appear to be at the crossroads of civilization and are striving hard to cope with modern life. A shy and introverted people, they are not yet ready to break with their age-old customs, but are gradually becoming more modern. The Shompen. This small and little-known tribe inhabits the Great Nicobar Island. They are basically Mongoloid in appearance, while some men also have Papuan features. The Shompen are semi-nomadic. Their main source of livelihood is food gathering, hunting and fishing. The greatest degree of external contact by the Shompens is with the Nicobaris in their vicinity. But these outside contacts have not caused any visible changes among the Shompen. The staple food of the Shompen is the pandanus fruit. They make a kind of atta or dough from this fruit, which is then baked and stored for several weeks. They also eat turtle, snake, frog, lizard, fish, honey, coconut, plantains and yam. During the rainy season, the Shompen do not gather food. The Shompen are addicted to smoking and chewing tobacco. Formerly, both the Shompen male and female wore only indigenous bark cloth. The women now wear lungi and sometimes blouses too, while the men wear langotis. They live in small huts and maintain good relationships with one another. Family is the most important unit for the Shompen community. Their language has different dialects, but till today, no script. They have familiarized themselves with a few Hindi words. The administration is also trying its best to develop this tribe and bring them closer to the mainstream. An ashram-type school has been started by the administration, but this has not met with much enthusiasm. The administration also gifts them cooking utensils, cloth, hand tools, tobacco, rice, etc. from time to time. The Shompens are extremely fond of rice and eagerly look forward to receiving rice from the social workers. The Onge mostly inhabit the little Andaman Islands. They were initially spread all over the island, but in 1976 they were rehabilitated by the government in 2 settlements at Dugong Creek and at South Bay. Their numbers are fast diminishing, and the administration is making efforts to encourage them to produce as many children as they can. The Onges speak their own language, which has no script. Due to their regular contact with outsiders, some Onge men have learned to speak Hindi. The Onges are non-vegetarians. Till recently, their traditional food used to comprise meats of wild boar, turtle, dugong, crab, roots, tubers, wild fruit, etc. Since their rehabilitation, they are provided free rations of rice, pulses, cooking oil, milk powder, sugar, tea leaves, onions, salt, etc. Rice and wheat flour have become their staple diet. The attempts at bringing them closer to modern life have proved successful, though essentially traits of their social, cultural and marital life remain unchanged. Construction of dugouts, making baskets, weaving of fiber, and examples of their craftsmanship. The Onges also make canoes, usually from the trunk of an entire tree. These canoes form a part of their turtle hunt, which the Onges are very skilled at. Prior to their rehabilitation, the Onges inhabited the islands in groups or bands. Each group used to have at least one beehive-shaped communal hut of its own as a common residence for the whole band. This communal hut was where all the important events in the lives of the members, that is, births, marriages and deaths, used to take place. The only remaining communal hut at the Dugong Creek settlement. The only art form practiced by the Onge is the embellishment of body and face with designs made out of white clay, red ochre and lard. The administration has started coconut planting at Dugong Creek as an exercise in introducing the Onge to horticulture. The government also employs both men and women at these groves. The Onge seem very content with their life at the settlements and are happy with the efforts of the administration for their betterment. The Onges perform traditional group dances only on ceremonial occasions, and no musical instruments are used. Jarawas. The Jarawas are one of the least known tribes. Their isolation has largely been due to their hostility towards the outside